Hey, what's up, team? Today's first move, we have a dumbbell seated shoulder press. Once again, this is week 1, so we don't want to overdo it. We want to set new standards. I've got 20s here. We want to take our time. Full extension. Touch. Bring them down slow. We want to fill every single rep. We want it to be challenging, but not too hard. By the time you get to the 13, 15 rep range, when you're nearing the end of your set, it needs to be challenging. Make sure to keep your head and your shoulders on the bench throughout the entire motion. Remember, lighten the load if you need to. If you can't do all of the prescribed reps, drop the weight down and go slower. You need to be able to go slow through the entire motion. We call this tempo. Think about 1, 2, 3. Pause. 1, 2, 3. Or 2 seconds up. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. It's called resistance training. 1, 2, 3. Palms up, touch. 1, 2, 3. One more tip about the shoulder press. We don't want our hands here necessarily when we're leaning back on the bench. We want them pulled back here. Retract your shoulder blades. Then bring your biceps to your ears. Next move, tricep cable straight bar, push down. Grab your bar. Elbows are in tight. Okay? We're going to stand up tall, suck it in, shoulders back. Then you're going to push your hands straight down. Keep the elbows tight. Extend the arm. Don't hunch over. Stay tall. Okay? Just like that. 3, 4. And really push down with your palms on the bar. 5, 6, 7. Here and here. There's two heads. 1, 2 in the back. So you need to make sure that you have your hands when they come down. Make sure you don't let go of the bar. When you let go, it's over. If you have to rest, push down and get over it like this. The next move, we're going to do a barbell back squat. Could you do a front squat? Sure. Could you do leg press if you're at the gym? Yeah, if you wanted to. I like the back squat. That's what I have available. It's going to put more tension on my muscles to squat decently heavy here and work on that compound movement. And I want to get better at my squat anyway than if I were to do a goblet squat per se with a kettlebell. Or if I was at the gym, isolating the quads and doing a leg extension and isolating the hamstrings by doing a hamstring curl, which we may do at some point during this program, but for now we're going to work on the basics, and the basic leg movement is the squat. I want you to focus on form, depth, and taking your time. I want you to sit in it. put a board on the floor, this, or wear some angled shoes with a heel. That way, if you have trouble getting down into the depth, you can sit a little bit easier when you sit back down on your heels. That's why they have lifting shoes. For example, my stance is naturally wide. Everyone has pretty much a different squat stance. And then I'm gonna kick my knees out, stick my butt back. There you go. So, listen to your body. Squat in a way that works at 115 pounds on your head. Is it light? Yeah. For what I can do? Sure. Oh, remember, we're going for endurance. 13 to 15 reps is endurance. So we want reps. Let's go for max loads today. So if you can't hit 13 to 15 reps at about this pace, your weights are too heavy. So, first 2 sets, 110 pounds. Last set, 115 pounds. Do a decline bench sit-up. I'm going to hold the 10-pound plate because we want to use weights because we need to add thickness to our abdominals. Decline because it's harder. We're going to hold this by our head or in front of our face. We're going to do the 13 to 15 reps. So just look through the hole. Make sure you're using your abs. If your hips are popping, make sure you adjust yourself. It's too easy. You can hold the weight behind your head. When you're doing these, if you hear popping in your hips, squeeze your glutes as you move up and down. Because we don't want this to be a hip extension. We want it to be an ab curl. Go lighter, right? Like right here. Control the descent. 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can do them like that. Or we can go all the way back down. That's okay too. Zoom out here a little bit. Like I said, you can also hold it above your head like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So hold it out front. Press it. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up. You can also just do body weight, guys. That's okay too. Do what works for you, okay? As long as it's challenging, that's what matters. Last thing we do, like every day throughout this program, cardio. Doing a 20-minute uphill walk. I'm on an incline of 12, speed 3.3. Now that might vary depending on what treadmill you're on, because the treadmills at the gym on incline 12 are really steep, and a speed of 3.3 would be almost a slow jog. So here, a 12 and 3.3 is not as bad. It's not as hard as it is at the gym. So what I'm focusing on here is where my heart rate is. I'm in zone 3, 127 beats per minute. Remember, I said you want to be in zone 2 or 3 while you're doing this. Slightly out of breath, right? But we can have a conversation. That's where you want to be. And I'm slightly sweating, better than yesterday.